Join me for a discussion about whether or not the government is going to be taxing your home. And are homeowners now the government's latest target for tax revenues? With new CRA rules, obviously, we're seeing new regulation here and an increase in taxes. And I'm sure the question is sitting on many homeowners' minds. And the question I have is, how much more are homeowners expected to bear? So with that, we're going to dive into the CRA regulations, the growing tax policies. The taxman is coming for our homes. Governments don't tax capital gains on people's homes, but they tax almost everything else about homes and are looking for more. No kidding, especially considering the fact that government has basically spent billions and billions and billions of your money printing, and we have an aging population and ever expanding social programs of which somebody has to pay for that. So if you don't understand why they keep looking for new and creative ways to take more of what you own, hopefully that helps you understand that. So in this article, I just want to read a bit of this and then we're going to get into some of the details. Canadian governments which need ever more revenue to finance their spending. We just talked a little bit about that. Traditionally viewed as Canadians' homes as one of the most undertaxed assets. Well, I have a question. Why, if you've paid for your home, you've paid probably 3 times what it's actually worth, because most people mortgage their home and then there's interest that you've paid on it. You've probably paid taxes on it if it was a new home bill, and GST or HST if you're living in the eastern provinces. And now the government is going to tax it again. Where does it end? Oh, the short answer is it doesn't. The upshot, governments have been filling their coffers at the expense of homeowners, relieving them of their cash and sometimes their homes. People go, well, the government won't ever take my home or take my cottage. Well, let's explore how exactly the capital gains tax, and they have been doing this, and now basically they're just exaggerating it and making it worse. The federal government's recent increase of the capital gains inclusion to 67%, anything above $250,000, right? This basically, a modest cottage. Let's take a cottage, for example, that maybe your grandparents purchased for $20,000 on the lake somewhere back in the 1960s, and now maybe it's worth more than, $2 million. With roughly 1.3 million of that is now taxable, right? 67%. Let's think about your children. Maybe you want to preserve your legacy. Maybe you just want to preserve those sentimental memories and make sure that they're there for everybody to enjoy for the future generations.